and welcome to the program where we make fun of sales, promotional, and training films of the past. My name is Jason Reid. I'm here with my co-host, Chris Mei. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. And in tribute to tonight's episode from the Beastie Boys, I've had 50 cups of coffee and you know it's on. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, we are selling coffee in our film today, and we're doing it in a very roundabout way, aren't we, Chris?
We're doing it in probably the most convoluted and most discombobulated way you can. This is trippy, this video.
Yeah, and just to give you some background, this was commissioned and sponsored by the Coffee Information Service, which wanted to promote coffee consumption amongst young people. So they went to the church and the YMCA and suggested they set up all these coffee houses across the Midwest and then did a documentary about it.
See, this is what I don't understand. That they needed to bring in God in order to get the youth to love coffee. Why didn't you just let them taste it so they could go, hey, you know what? This is pretty good. That probably would have worked with me anyway.
Well, nothing like going to the source. And speaking of sources, the source video was originally like half an hour long. So I've really edited this down. And what you're seeing is the second half. The first half is mostly the church leaders talking about the importance of having places for young people to go. And then the second half really gets jazzed up because we see inside the coffee houses.
We get inside the coffee house. You're going to wonder why. That's a little foreshadowing. And jazzed up, more foreshadowing. Well played, Jason.
Indeed. So here we go. Grab a cup of joe. We're headed to a coffee house rendezvous.
The Y Coffee House started because a group of students at a
That's the question you're going to ask yourself after you finish watching this.
At Wright Junior College.
I'd like to know who decided in the marketing department that you build a place, want everybody to attend, and then call it why.
Some of their concerns about life and its purpose. They also wanted a place to express their own creativity.
Yeah, they're definitely not marketing geniuses.
This already doesn't sound like marketing students.
And we got together with them, and the end result is this.
You know, cheap film stock was its own Instagram filter.
It certainly was its own art form as well.
Damn, I was hoping for the Village People here.
I was kind of hoping for the YMCA song. I don't think we're getting it, Jason. I'm waiting for Austin Powers any second now.
I hope you like this song, Chris. You're going to hear it again.
This age group is in an age of questioning. They're looking for answers, and the people in the home maybe aren't interested in your concerns as much as
your parents think you should just suck it up and go to Vietnam.
Situation offers a
I'm into what they're brewing there because I love my coffee.
Over a coffee. We have
I don't think this is Starbucks level or gourmet coffee at all.
This place is run by students. They
real
make the major decisions. They
this is that
formulate
gruel
the
that
policy.
used to serve back in the 60s and 70s before they decided, hey,
It's
you know
not
what,
a
maybe we should give
make-believe
Columbia a
situation.
chance.
It's for real.
We get together and sing and talk and learn. It makes doing things easy. And
Sing
with
and
the
talk,
drama
learn.
and
Things I
folk
don't think I've
singing
ever done at the
poetry
same
on the
time.
walls. Most of us have never written anything, but
Never
some
written
do try,
anything,
and
even in
some
school.
find out they've got a talent for some things.
Most of the time in
I don't
this
write.
coffee house,
I
we
don't.
work for freedom. We don't plan our program during the week in the daytime.
Well, I'm glad they don't work for communism.
The students
Yep, freedom is the way to go every time for me. Yep, I got you there.
Possibly get up and read some poetry or to start a
You know, it's
debate,
always great to play
or
chess
to
with
dance,
death after
play
your
chess,
12th coffee.
Play cards. Now, we do
Yeah,
have
chess
some
on
structured programs.
coffee.
We
Yeah, I don't
have
even know how
live
you would do it.
drama
How do you have
here
the
every
patience
Saturday
to
and
wait
Sunday evening.
for your turn? I'd be like,
An
okay,
eight-foot
fine.
curtain
No, it's
many
mine.
Current plays from musicals to current dramas to Greek tragedies. We also on Friday
This
nights
video's
have
a tragedy.
professional musicians in here and have a professional folk music evening with 3 shows.
Those are sounding pretty
Thursday
good.
nights we have jazz concerts. And then the rest of the week is
Concerts?
spent
What
with,
could go wrong?
Just whatever might happen.
They said
That's
jazz
interesting.
concerts,
People
though.
want to get
They said
involved.
jazz concerts. Now I want to pour coffee in my eyes.
Oh. Maybe this is Girl from Ipanema's Uglier Sisters song.
This isn't the girl from Ipanema that I knew, if you know what I mean.
In this day and age, there seems to be a big trend.
It's Drew Carey.
And,
How long has his career been going for? Look at him. He looks great.
I love these folk singers who talk about, the working man while they're wearing dress pants and a tie.
I know, this guy looks like a representative from Brooks Brothers, and he's talking about the hard times.
Come in here, meet new friends, talk to old
Man, if
friends,
clinical depression
play
had a
cards,
backdrop,
sit
it would
around
be
and
this.
talk, or just do absolutely
Yeah, this
nothing.
coffee house
That's
certainly
good for
does
study,
have
get
its
something
own
to
sort of
read,
joie de,
a little bit along.
well, joie de
When you
lack of
start a song
vivre.
professionally, you should end it professionally.
So I think
In the
we've got
middle
some
of the song,
diva
you're all
behavior
slacking.
happening here.
And another thing, you're supposed to be moving back and forth. This is a very happy occasion, not a funeral.
So have fun, damn it, if it kills ya.
I'm listening. All right, it's a very important occasion. It's not a funeral. It's got to be done right from the beginning, and it has to end right.
Well,
And
this
so
is-
who's having fun listening
Now,
to this
try it
guy.
once more and see what happens.
Well, this production's going to be really great if this guy's in charge. Let's watch.
Chop suey, chop suey. Living here is very much like chop suey.
Wait.
Surfing boards and nuclear
Did she say
war,
chop suey?
Dr. Salk and Zsa Zsa Gabor, Harry Truman, Truman Capote and Dewey.
Truman Capote Mandui?
I heard Zsa Zsa Gabor and Chop Suey. I'm still stuck there.
Oh, it doesn't stop. Oh my goodness.
Something real and glowing and great.
Thank goodness they have
Together
coffee.
words.
All over the land.
Yeah, exactly. Without the coffee, this show makes no sense.
Chop suey.
It's marvelous for young people because it's a bit of life that's real, and it's theirs.
Chop suey.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that much reality in my life.
Why indeed?
All right,
Now this
next
is a
order
piece of
business
cinema. Watch
is
this.
We're organizing a cleanup committee for tonight. Okay, I think Joe Woolston, since he's not here. Why not? Okay, Joe Woolston can head up the committee.
While you're talking about the cleanup committee, the trash goes
Oh
out
no, we're
Thursday
talking
night.
trash.
Where do you put the trash cans after you're finished with them? I mean,
Out
are
back.
you supposed to put them outside?
There's
Well, we
a
put them on
place
the sidewalk.
Justin's going to help
Hey,
out
Willie.
tonight, aren't
Okay,
you?
yeah.
Do you have all the stuff for cleanup?
I think,
Justin, come
we
on,
have-
I'm doing it.
First of all, do we have supplies?
Well, a good many details have had to be gone into and a lot of problems solved.
Like where to put the
We think we're
trash.
pretty well on the way
Yeah,
to
that whole
having them all
exchange
solved
was about
now.
where to put the cans.
Man, this guy's got a comb over at 22.
This is Bob Dylan before he was Bob Dylan.
No lattes or macchiatos here.
I was just wondering, did anybody know what to do with milk back then? Nobody knew what to do with milk.
Man, these guys didn't
This
sleep till the
coffee house for
70s.
teenagers is a
That's
tremendously,
why people
constructive thing
claim
for
to
these
forgot
kids
about the
because it's
60s.
not only a
It wasn't the
facility
drugs,
where they can
man.
go
It was the
socially, but it's
coffee.
going to
The
provide
coffee.
a place for a
At the
teenage
coffee house
employment
called
center.
Why?
I think it's very good for the kids because it gives them a place where they can go and use their energies constructively
Rather
instead
than
of,
protesting civil rights
milling
and stuff
around
like
with no
that.
particular purpose.
Yeah, let's go someplace and just get all hepped up on caffeine.
Oh, we get a reprise of the song.
The kids knew how to dance back then, Jason, though. Nobody has known how to dance for like 30 some odd years. They could dance back
Special effects. But
then. Filmed
credits.
on location at Why?
I think I've turned colorblind.
It's the reverse negative trick. They loved that back then.
It's always great to make sure that people can't read your credits.
If you don't want to be affiliated with the product, then don't let them read who you were.
Yeah, we don't want to see them again. And David Gordon, he just didn't want to be associated with this.
Yeah, he got on the phone to his agent as soon as this was cut.
Coffee House Rendezvous. Coffee House
I don't know about you, but in my day, the Coffee House Rendezvous meant something a little bit different than what these guys were up to.
Absolutely. And that was Coffee House Rendezvous.
I'm not kidding, Jason, when I say the song has really, really hooked into me. Now, it's not because I've also listened to it about 100 times prepping for this particular segment, but also because it's actually a pretty catchy tune. The guy at one point got a little Tom Jones on us there. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I was talking about polishing his chrome. Now, I'm hoping that was like a car or
not touching
or
it, not going there. Not
Yeah.
gonna do it. My people have told me to stop doing that.
So apparently that was released as a single, and you can find that out there on the internet. But the question I want to ask you, Chris, is do you think that it achieved its goal of selling more coffee?
I'm going to say it. I don't know that it did. I think it fell short of the mark because if they started with if they were storyboarding this, it got really convoluted. Not so much at the very beginning, but as it went on, it started to become more about expressing oneself. And then there were the cutaways with the students talking about the poetry. And then they cut away to a scene where they're putting together some musicals. And then they went back to the dance session. I understand that this is a concept. That's the other thing. Mm-hmm. It's the Coffee House Rendezvous is a concept. But at times, I thought Coffee House Rendezvous was the place that they called why. So I'll be honest with you. For me, I think in their storytelling, it missed the mark.
Yeah, and because they went such a circuitous route, because it's more of a public relations rather than a sales video, it was going to be challenging anyways. But I think there were just too many things that went awry. But it was an oddly entertaining movie. And there's also some things I think that are worth discussing a little bit. So one of the things that people kind of may not know about us, Chris, is that we've got very extensive backgrounds in television and in public speaking. So storytelling is kind of our thing. I've written and produced a number of news documentaries. So we thought, for you kids out there who are getting into video production and filmmaking, we would do a little bit of storytelling 101.
Here we go.
Yeah, and we're going to break down one of the great scenes here, pretty much of all time in film.
We're going to call this your tutorial, okay? So get your pens and paper ready.
Start tooting. No, that sounded weird. We won't do that. No, please don't. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to start by asking a question that every director should ask themselves when they approach a scene, and that's, how can I put drama and tension into this? And Chris, there may be only one thing that's more dramatic than a scene about taking out the trash. Can you figure out what that is?
You know what? I honestly don't. I'll tell you why. Because a scene about taking out the trash is what gripped me and my soul. All aside from the theme song. But what are you leading to?
Well, I'm leading to the fact that not only do we see a scene, actually we don't see a scene of them taking out the trash.
No, we never do.
We see an even more dramatic scene of them talking about taking out the trash.
Ah, yes.
And the thing you want to do as a filmmaker when you have the master scene is just make it really visually interesting. So I can't think of anything better than a bunch of people around a church table that's rust-colored with the focus on these two massive ashtrays.
Oh, but this, look at that. If there was autofocus back in the day, it focused on this ashtray and that ashtray. The people were completely inconsequential. As a matter of fact, they sort of blended and melted into the background.
Yes, everyone looks like the last known photo of themselves in this.
That is dark. But so true.
It's true. So, for any of you who've studied Joseph Campbell, when we talk about the hero's journey, let's look at our young hero here.
Not my first pick, but certainly he was the leader of the pack.
He was, and being a particularly young hero, usually the young heroes in these types of stories have a lot to learn. They don't realize the magnitude of the problem they have to solve.
They need a mentor.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. But right now, he doesn't even realize yet that trash is going to be a huge problem.
When we were watching it, we were riffing on it, there were 5 different misdirections as to just how the trash was going to get taken out.
Exactly. And as a result, everybody ended up looking like our damsel in distress here.
Look at that face. At the very end, I swear, she gave up. She's like, you know what, to hell with it. I'm taking out the trash.
Yep, the long drag and the cigarette, and that was done.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. So, as you said, though, we need a mentor. We need somebody who knows this stuff, who can impart their wisdom. And one of the
sage, if you will.
A sage. And one of the great things for any filmmaker is to show this mentor from, the worst angle possible. So really, you're staring right into his eardrum.
It's almost Alfred Hitchcockian. It just comes out on tonight's Magic Theater. We will discuss. Look at that. It's almost a Marlon Brando scene shot there. It's just, but I've got an opportunity you cannot refuse. Look at this guy.
And the crazy thing is, other than saying that you're supposed to take the trash to the street, which is kind of obvious, he didn't really fully answer that trash question.
They never got to it. And that was one of the things that I did like about the video, is that it left us with a cliffhanger, the potential for a sequel.
It leaves you hanging about the trash for sure.
It does.
Yeah. Now, there's one other thing I want to touch on before we leave here.
Okay.
Again, for you young video producers, filmmakers, one of the great things about watching obscure videos like this is the fact that you can steal ideas from it, and people don't know where you got them, right? So I want to bring up the idea, which is perfect for people to steal because nobody's seen it since 1966, and that is the butt credit.
Ooh, yes. You made that call.
So here's what they did. They took someone, and in this case, it's a female derrière, but it can be a male's, anyone you want, really. And make sure they're wearing loud pants. Yes. And then make a graphic of that still frame, and then crop the graphic and use that for your credits. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed our calorie-free offering today, Coffee House Rendezvous. And if you have any feedback for us, you can put it in the YouTube comments. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Because we can't wait to see what we come up with next, and that we can bring it to you so you can have fun right along with us in these cheesy sales cinema presentations.
Exactly. So on behalf of the Coffee Information Service and Chris Mei, I'm Jason Reid. We'll see you all soon.